Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. This is Tatsuya TMA bringing you another Tatscast. This is a ranked match. What is going on, party people? Real quick before I actually start the game, I'm going to give out a couple normal announcements, aka stop by my Twitch stream, www.twitch.tv/TatsuyaTMA. The link is in the description. It's also on my YouTube page. Sweet. Gonna hit play. Also, I'm going to start doing pretty much 3 different series of casts. So right now I have, actually I guess 4 series of casts. Right now I do the ranked matches, which is what this is. This is a ranked match. I also do the new champions when they come out, just to give a first little look at them and some gameplay. I also have the occasional just for funsies game, which is usually a normal where some crazy stuff goes down and I decide to just cast that match. That will also be where I'll cast other people's matches if they have a cool game or something fun happens, or it was a great game. Feel free to send it to me and I'll go ahead and do the cast and commentary on it. I'm going to pause it before we get into some serious action here. And then the 4th one, because people ask for it and there's a little bit of confusion here in between my videos, is I'm going to do a guides series where I will follow just that champion during the entire game, and I will talk about what I'm building, why I'm building it, what I'm doing to harass in the lane or not harass, or why I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and just a guide for that champion where we can kind of really go through team fights and the laning phase and item builds and things like that. So yeah, those are going to be my 4 different series that I do. I'm going to go ahead and get right into this match now, since it looks like some action might get started. In this match, I am playing Blitzcrank. I was first pick, and I will always pick Blitzcrank if they do not ban him. Play a pretty decent Blitzcrank, I think. We do have, it's Blitzcrank and Tristana in the bottom lane on the friendly team versus Ezreal and Sona, which for a long time was seen as the power combo there. So many pings. Blue team is pinging like crazy. That was definitely that Rengar. So yeah, Ez and Sona were definitely seen as the power combo in the lane. But Sona got a little bit of a nerf, and she's definitely dropped off a little bit. Oh, Tristana, don't get caught. Don't get caught. In the mid lane, we have on the friendly team is Akali versus the enemy team's Ryze. In the top lane, friendly team is Jax versus enemy team Riven. And in the jungle, we have friendly Rengar versus enemy Mundo. So they really only have Mundo as a front line. We don't really have a super quote-unquote tanky front line. Our front line is really just AD bruisers with Rengar and Jax. However, you also have that Akali that can get into the team fights and start really messing things up. And we also have the Blitzcrank, who will be up front, but more so we have the engage where we bring at least one person to us. I'm actually going to go ahead and go manual and focus a little bit down on this bottom lane, just because I haven't really had... Oh, and the first grab goes down on the Sona. Tristana does not get any auto attacks in. So overall, in terms of this team fight, I mean, they have the Sona ult for initiate. Other than that, they don't really have too much for an initiate. However, that Sona ult combined with the stun from Riven, that can definitely mess up some team fights. With the Ezreal ult coming right across, Ryze has a lot of AoE damage. We don't really have a lot of AoE damage. We have a lot of single target bursters in Jax, Rengar, and Akali, and obviously the AD carry of Tristana. Sona's still sitting in the bush. It is warded, and she will be grabbed. Will Tristana put some damage on her this time? Yes, the explosive shot goes onto her, and now Ezreal puts the ignite down on Tristana, tries to flash in, but will not be able to pick up that first blood. Both AD carries blowing their flashes. However, oh, Tristana getting in there. However, Tristana does still have her ignite up. And some normal farming down here. Each AD carry chugging pots. Yeah, here, 449 health. So Tristana's sitting with a little bit more health than Ez. Go ahead and bring the... Uh-oh, Mundo coming in on the gank with Jax, but Jax gets a nice dodge of that briefcase. Does not dodge that one, but he is out just fine. So, looks like Mundo might be trying to come in for another gank. Yes, he is. He is coming in from behind him, and Jax looks like it saw him a little bit too late. Gets hit by that Riven stun. Oh, but tosses the counter-strike, and the flash will be burned. Had to check my microphone because I thought it was still muted. Tristana, don't miss those. Sona goes back right in the middle of the lane, deciding, you know what, I'm not going to let this Ezreal farm all his supports there. Hit that W. Move on in. Time to zone him. Trying to Mystic Shot farm, but misses the minion. Knowing that this is naturally going to push the lane up just a little bit, toss the ward down. That's what support does. That's what support does. No more wards left, however. Jax pushed up on his turret. Bottom lane, we are now quite pushed forward, a little bit aggressive. Oh, and Sona gets pulled. The yank goes down, and even though she just got back to the lane, and Tristana goes for the dive, will it be enough? No, it will not. Tristana taking tons of damage from that turret. And now Mundo looking to wrap around. Oh, Tristana, don't get caught out. Don't get caught out, Trist. No, Mundo does not calm down bottom. We would have seen him come pretty early anyways. Bot lane deciding to go back. I was full health and full mana, however, I had no wards on me. Probably had enough for the Philo. Oh, Tab brings that up and down. Fantastic. Philo and a ward. Pro support. Can't miss that. First blood goes down. Riven has that 6. Oh, she's backing up. Gets hit by the counter-strike. But almost kind of baited it. The ignite and the ult will be enough to drop him after that ignite ticks down. Riven pulling ahead a little bit on the lane. 37 to 27 minion kills and gets that first blood. Akali going in on the Ryze, seeing that Ryze does not... I'm going to pause it real quick. Oh yeah, that ignite is down. Ryze doing everything that he can, and Akali getting the easy kill. Oh no, but nice kick out, and she will run herself back to safety. Yeah, when you see, if you saw that Ryze had 0 mana, if you're in the mid lane or bottom lane or any lane and you see that your opponent has like no mana, you're gonna win the trade every day of the week. You can play real aggressive. Because if you get into a trade, they can't use their abilities. And the Sona gets pulled in underneath the turret. The ignite is down on her. Should be an easy kill. Yes, it is. Tristana wanted to make sure she did not get away and jumped on her face. And it's now a battle of the junglers in the mid. Mundo wants it. Oh, and the pro dodge of the briefcase. I think Corporate Mundo is the best Mundo skin. Mundo file. Riven able to get in, toss some harass down, and get out before the counter-strike goes down. Akali getting some nice harass in. Ryze with the blue, never a fun thing. Ezreal getting zoned out. Her support Her support. His support just coming back into the lane. Sona just walking face first. What are you doing, Sona? Oh, we're going to see a grab. Yes, we will. Oh, but it's just barely misses. Oh, Jax is a little bit far up. Quarter health. Riven is at full health. Are we going to see the Riven ult? Yes, we will. It's popped. One more auto attack, and the Riven ult goes out. She will dive. The exhaust is down, but doesn't really do too much damage, especially since she still has 3 pots on her. Oh, but now Akali's coming up. The kick is in. The mark is down. Another kick is in, and that mark is popped. But Riven is, with that Doran's Blade, sitting pretty decently beefy for the level. Akali looks like she's waiting to go in again. She does have that kick up. Oh, and she will kick in, but she is stunned by the Riven. Riven will just simply dash out. Riven is such a strong top just because she has so much mobility. She counters a lot of people. She counters a decent amount of people. It's more like she's safe. She's a safe top. Because she has a lot of mobility to get out from ganks. She can pop in, stun, apply some damage, and make it out. She's just safe. But if there's somebody that's got equally decent mobility. Oh, Ryze sitting right next to her. Can he put her down? The flash is out. Mundo. Oh, the pro briefcase dodge. Akali trying to make it out. Rengar. Just take the wolves, Rengar. Take those wolves. I think that Rengar might have wanted to go in and help that Akali. I don't know why Akali tried to go back in on him. If she had the Hex Tech, maybe. But with no Hex Tech, she has no way to gain her health back. I mean, she has her passive, but it's not strong enough when she was that low of health. So she probably should have just kept on running. Riven definitely showing some dominance up top, 62 to 36. She will be a problem. Tristana 1-0-1. Definitely missed a kill down bottom. Oh, and the Riven, the 2v1, and Riven still puts down the Jax. Now 3-1. However, she was finally put down. Luckily, she well, not luckily. I mean, it would have been good if she didn't put him down at all. But since she put down the Jax, she being Riven, since Riven put down the Jax first, then she went on a killing spree and gave a little bit of extra gold to Rengar, who is building, and I have no idea. Runins. Oh, Sword of the Divine. Interesting. Akali getting caught by the Mundo. Oh, and decides to turn on it. The Shroud is down. Will she try and leave? Oh, no. She is still going back in. The Ignite is down. Oh, and the Ezreal comes across. She will try and kick back in, but is shut down by the Mundo. By shut down, I mean dies, because she was not on a spree. It was a nice Ezreal ult to come in and just make sure there was a little bit of extra damage, and it gave him the assist there, so a little bit of gold for him. Sona now getting caught in the river. And Tristana jumps onto the other side, forcing the flash from Sona. But Trist will just simply flash right back into the wall, alter and igniter, and she will go down. Mundo trying to make it out, but the Ryze is coming down. Ryze decides to back off, not wanting to go into the 2v1 where he is split. And that Mundo would have to come in. Both of them definitely lower health, especially compared to the Blitzcrank, a.k.a. Tatsuya TMA. And Mundo is pulled in, knocked back, finished off. Blitzcrank. Doing it. That was actually... No, it was not my passive that did it. I thought it was my passive. I didn't even mean to get that. Is what it is. 2-0-2. Tristana. 2-0-2. So bot lane is definitely, at the moment, kind of carrying, as it is 66% of the team's kills. Akali isn't doing terrible 1 and 2. She's not too far back on farm, so she's not hasn't completely lost her lane. Tristana ulting for no apparent reason. So top's definitely losing. Mid is losing by a little bit. Oh, and the Sona gets pulled again, knocked up. But the crescendo goes down on the Trist, and the ignite is down on the Trist. Will she be put down? No, dodges that mystic shot, and one more auto attack will put down the Tristana. Ezreal picks up a kill, putting him at 1-0-1. Akali trying to go back in on this Ryze, but still taking all of his burst. But Rengar comes in just in time, having ulted, and Ryze will go down to that Rengar. Rengar coming in to save the day. Akali definitely would not have come out of that one alive if that Rengar did not make it in there in time. Ooh, I just want to note something real quick. We're going to backspace. Completely forgot to mention this. Play. It's all weird. Okay, so this is my my duo queue partner, Reckoning Valk. He's a friend, IRL. That means in real life. That's a little tip for you. But anyways, he was the one that was having tons of trouble with the Riven. And I said, well, if she comes in to engage you, just jump back. And he said he didn't have any minions to jump back to. So I told him just put a ward right in the middle of your lane right here, so that you have a spot to always jump back to, which is what he did. So a little tip for any Jax players that are out there. If you're having trouble with your lane and you want to make sure you always have something to jump to, just buy a ward. Boom, jumps to safety, and he's out. It is worth it. That way you can still, even if you're not, even if you're winning your lane and playing super aggressive and pushed up, buy the extra ward to stick in your lane so that you can easily jump back if you get ganked. Just a smart play overall. Tristana coming back to lane after having the black and white screen of what did I do wrong. Sona is there by herself. That bush is warded. She will be pulled. She will be knocked up. The ult goes down. Oh, and so much damage from the Tristana. Tristana comes back to lane and gets an instant kill, putting her at 3-1. Real nice advantage. About 20 minion kills over Ezreal. So bottom lane is definitely keeping this one together pretty strong. That Sona knew that that ward was there and still just sat in the bush. That's something to not really do against a Blitzcrank. You don't want to just sit in a bush, especially just sitting still. Also, as a support, it's very important to pink, to pink these ones if you want ganks. I've mentioned that in other lanes. But pinking these side bushes can almost be equally as important, especially if you're going against a Sona or going against a Taric or a Vayne, where vision is, is everything, where they can get that stun off and, just harass you. A Vayne can contemn you right against the wall if you're sitting in this bush. So pinking these bushes can definitely be just as important as pinking the river in terms of winning your lane. That's how you shut down a really harassy support. It's just simply by, denying them vision. A Sona who keeps, coming up and power cording your face in when you're in the bush. It's because she has sight of you. Now Jax coming in, knowing that the Rengar's here. The Rengar jumps onto the Riven, but she will be flashed out. The exhaust is down. Oh, and the ignite is down on her. The ignite's ticking. It's ticking. And Rengar puts down the Riven. Jax has definitely got some making up to do, but the good thing here is that since bottom is definitely doing just fine by themselves, it can allow Rengar to ignore that lane, and Rengar is caught trying to steal the red. Oh, and the Ezreal is pulled. So much happening all at once. Trying to put down both. Ezreal almost making it out. We're going to watch this one, and then we're going to backspace, and we're going to go to the other one. Ezreal is trying to make it out. Trying to make it out. Will he make it out? Oh, why did you go that way, Ezreal? The arcane shift over the wall. The flash over the wall. This Ezreal Some pro moves here, some pro jukes. Will he feed himself to the turret? Has it been long enough? The arcane shift out. And yes, he will be executed. Now we will backspace twice. And watch this go down. Mundo is caught by the Jackson Rengar. That was not nearly as exciting as the other fight that happened. Teleport? Who's teleporting? Ryze teleporting in. Obviously, Ryze did not go down. We already watched that. That is old news. This is nothing exciting. Now, Jax, this is smart. He is farming up. Not necessarily pushing this turret too much. Does not want to get caught out. Just keep farming. Just keep farming. Very nice. Akali did the right thing. Tossed the mark in. Oh, Tristana, don't get caught. It does not look too good for you, Trist. It doesn't look too good. The flash, the jump. Oh, she almost jumped, but the Riven ults just in time to put down the Tristana. It was against us, but gotta love a close play. The Shroud is down. Oh, and the kick is in. The Ignite's down, and she will put him down. You cannot sit in a lane against an Akali when you are half health and she is practically full health. With at least 2 kicks. 2 gap closes when you're half health means nothing good is going to be happening there. Ryze, DC. Apparently mad. Was it a rage quit? And now Jax jumping in on the Mundo, the counter strike, and he decides, I'm just going to farm. I don't care about your briefcases. He sees that the Riven is in the middle lane, so he can just free farm up top, kind of catch up a little bit. Rengar and Akali. Ooh, the bull is down. Rengar pulling off, allowing that Akali to get the easy kill. Fed Akali is GG. So that was definitely smart. You saw that Rengar pulled off and was letting that Akali get the kill. As she wasn't really behind, and well, she was a little bit behind in the lane early on. Oh, Sona is pulled into the turret. She tried to make it away. Tristana focusing her down. The jump is down. Oh, and the Sona barely making it out. The exhaust is now down on the Ezreal. And one more missing shot will put down the Tristana. Why didn't I go after that Sona? That's silly. It's silly sauce. Blitzcrank, you totally could have killed her all by your lonesome. But instead I will... Oh, Ezreal trying to make it out. Flashes over the wall, but there's an Akali waiting right there for him. There's really nothing that he could have done. Akali, Akali, Akali. You're doing what I used to do, which I don't like doing anymore. I used to rush the Ryze just because it was really strong to get that early slow onto people. But the sustain of an early Hex deck is just way too powerful to not get early. And the Counter-Strike is down on the Riven. The exhaust is on the Riven. Bola shot's down. Now Mundo decided to join the fight, but Riven is just going down way too fast. And now it's time for this Mundo. He's stuck in way too long. He is trying to run out, but he gets leapt on by the Jax. The Bola shot is down. The Counter-Strike is up. And he dies before the Counter-Strike hits him. He definitely would have got down anyways, as that Counter-Strike definitely would have stunned him. Now Jax is feeling a little bit stronger. The pull is down on the Sona. One shot from the Tristana will put her down.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
2 turrets for the purple team. What started off as a 1-kill deficit in favor of purple team now turned into an 8-kill lead. Trying to pull in that Ezreal, but it does not happen. Riven engaging in on the Akali. She has that Ryze, so she should easily be able to make it away. Yes, she does. Oh, and Akali trying to engage back in on this Riven. Has to toss down the Shroud. She is invisible. And missing the pull. But You always miss a pull that you never throw. So there's no point in not throwing the pull. Sometimes you're going to hit them, sometimes you're not. The worst thing to do to a Blitzcrank or to a support or to anybody on your team is be like, oh god, why'd you miss that pull? You suck so bad. Nobody hits every single skill shot, buddy. It's just the way that it happens. That's why you keep throwing them out, because then once you get it, you just capitalize on it. Boom. Bing, bang, boom, done. Stop trolling your team, you trolls. Blue team going for the dragon. Looks like it will be uncontested. As the pink ward is down. Oh, Rengar ults and jumps in onto the Ezreal. I don't think it will make it out. No, don't go to the bush. Rengar's just going to jump on you. Yes, he will. Rengar going down on the rampage and splitting up to make sure both go down. Akali came in and touched the Sona, which means she died. That's because she was hit by the Ryze, and there's no making it away from an Akali that's got 3 kicks up with the Ryze. Unless you have tons of health. And you're fed as well. Then maybe you can make it out. I'll give you that one exception. Five people pushing bot on the bottom. Looks like Ryze decided not to come back to this game. An unfortunate 5v4 in a ranked. Gotta hate when that happens. But I want to show a little Blitzcrank action. I completely forgot that. Blue team, nobody goes. Oh no, the Akali does go down to the Riven. Shut down. But Tristana pulls up the double kill, cleaning up that easy Sona and the Riven. And Hib goes down. 23-minute inhib. That is definitely a pretty quick inhib, but that's just simply what happens in a 5v4. Not wanting to put up with it, purple team decides to throw in the flag. Guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoy some of my new series coming up, especially the Just for Funsies one. Also, feel free to stop by the stream, as you can see me play live. So if you want to ask any advice, questions, tips, want to request me to play somebody and see how I play them and ask any questions when I play them, feel free to stop on by the stream. We can have a little chat it up. Once again, I like to say it's for mature audiences only, as sometimes there is some explicit language that some of my friends might say. Warned you now. Thanks, guys. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Why are you still watching this video? I'm not talking about anything important. I'm just staring at the victory screen. I didn't really talk about any items in this one because it's only 23 minutes in. But you know what? I'm going to give a little brief little section here. Boom, as support. Early Ruby Sightstone. The health is nice. Boots of Mobility. Gets me places. Philo Stone. Gives me gold. Gives me health regen. Gives me mana regen. Any support that doesn't buy one, you're silly. Buy one. It's essential. Going for that early Aegis. Gotta be that tank. Gotta help my team out with the auras and the vision ward so I can pink that dragon, pink that bush, get away with it. Tristana, oh my god, you built a Bloodthirster first. That's so Season 3. I love it. Ezreal has more items because he didn't go for the Dorans. Has that Bloodthirster. Has that Sheen. Has them Zerks. Alright, I'm done. That's great. That was my little rant. Stuff and things. Bye.